And so the idea and the knowledge of the unity of God and the purpose of creation, with all of its details, as they are expressed in the Hasidic doctrine, all of these connect and illuminate every aspect of the Torah in a totally different perspective. When you understand Chassidus, you understand the Kabbalah, you understand the Drush and the Remez and the Pshat in a totally different way. You understand the concept of a neshama, of a soul, what a soul is about, what a Yetzer Hara is about, what is the source of the Yetzer Hara, how to combat a Yetzer Hara. You know all of those things, not because you're Ober Chochem, but because Chassidus illuminates all of the aspects of the Torah. And the Tanya is the point, the source from which all of this illumination emanates. So we're going to start in chapter 28. We're talking about a person who is battling depression. Why does he have depression? Because he feels he's no good, or something bad has happened. Something has harmed him. Something has harmed his health. He's lost his job, or he's gotten into a fight with his best friend. But something has happened to make this person depressed. Sometimes it's a physical thing, and sometimes it's a spiritual thing. In chapter 28, he deals with the depression that's caused by spiritual problems. What exactly is the spiritual problem that this person is worried about? He's worried about the fact that he wants to pray before God. He wants to concentrate on his prayers. He wishes to feel the presence of God in everything he says, and he wants to sense this presence in every place he's going to go to. In order to do so, he's got to concentrate. And he sets himself up for prayers. He studied an hour and a half of some deep concept. And he's sitting down with his tallis and tefillin, and all of a sudden he's thinking about the Yankees. And some people think about Las Vegas. But it doesn't make a difference. He's thinking about the stocks. He's thinking about his mother-in-law. He's thinking about his brother-in-law. He's thinking about anything except the stuff that he's supposed to be thinking about. And he's frustrated. And not only is he frustrated, this happens day in and day out. Every day he goes again and he tries to concentrate and he prepares himself and he goes into the mikveh and he gives tzedakah. And he wants to be able to pray with all of his heart. And guess what? They're the Yankees again, or there's Las Vegas, or there's all the things that are found in Las Vegas in his mind. And he says, how can this happen to me? I'm preparing myself in such a way. I'm fasting half days. I'm saying the whole Tehillim. I'm concentrating on my words. I've made sure that I don't utter a outside extraneous word that's outside of the pale of tzedakah and chesed or Torah study. And I still get the sewer in my mind. What's going on over here? And when a person tries to do something holy, and he gets a river of a sewer in his mind, so he thinks that there's something wrong. Now, there are several pieces of advice that the Rebbe gives. And these are some of them. Let's discuss it. Let's learn it. Chapter 28. Even if the thoughts, the contemplation of matters of desires, or other stray thoughts, come to him, b'shas ha'aveda b'teiroi b'tfilah, comes at the time of service, while he's studying, or while he's praying, or while he's trying to pray with kavanah, with intent. Al yoshis leiv aleim, should not pay attention to those things, to those thoughts. Eliyasiach daite mehen kerega. He should change channels. He should stop thinking about them immediately, momentarily. Now let me explain something to you. We have a remote switch in our mind. Our mind is like a television set. And the things that we imagine are things that we really like to be involved in. I like baseball, so I imagine myself back in 1955 or 56 hearing Vin Scully describe the Brooklyn Dodgers. I still like that. And I can revert to that at any moment. Or to any other type of narishkeit and foolishness. Other people like movies. Other people like to think about other things that I will not describe. And those are pleasant things. Those are things that are in the person's back of his mind, in the recesses of his thoughts. And when the person wants to pray with intent, so the animal soul doesn't want to pray with intent. In fact, it doesn't like to pray with intent. And so it wishes to disrupt the intent of the godly soul. And so what does it do? It turns on an old movie that the person finds pleasant, finds difficult to throw away. So, for a guy like me, I hear Vin Scully in 1955 or 56. For another guy, he's back in Vegas. But the purpose of that is that the animal soul is saying, hey, wait a second, I'm still here, and this is what I like. You want to do something, I don't like that. The problem is we all want to get better. We want to go ahead and study Torah or daven, and we want to go ahead and we want to pray with all of our heart. This is disturbing our prayers. We can't concentrate on the words of prayers when I'm imagining Mickey Mantle or Duke Snyder getting up to bat. And so, what are you supposed to do? The answer is the remote. You got a channel in your brain. Change channels.